7 in the morning. It's 34 degrees for you California folks. That's, oh my God. Anyway, get to wear my leather coat, which is way too warm to wear in California, at least. And I have about a mile walk to the hotel, since I was, I think, the first person not to get a room in the main JW Marriott. You can barely see it if I turn here. It's that blue building sticking above the building behind me. It's a hotel, and I'm on my way walking there. So anyway, going to be attending some sessions in online learning. Hopefully learn something that we can take back and use in LA Unified, definitely in District 8. I obviously been very passionate about online learning. Think it's actually the way education is going to actually demonstrate the concept of working smarter and not harder to accomplish student achievement. And I think this is the infancy of a very, very large emerging educational process. Anyway, I'm going to keep walking, and if I see something interesting, I'll fire up again. Hey, if you look through the trees here, I'm over my shoulder. According to the map, that's Purdue University right there, right down here next to the heart of downtown Indiana. And then I'm walking over the bridge now for the canal walk. As you can see, pretty nice little setup here. I'm getting to like Indiana. It's a nice looking, and Indianapolis, I should say. Very nice, clean city. Of course, I'm right downtown in the Capitol buildings and things. So it's huge, huge buildings, lots of space. Very much expanse, and a lot of historical markers talking about Abraham Lincoln stopped and spoke here, and other types of people. Very interesting. Well, this is where I'm going to spend my day. This big tower in my background. That's the JW Marriott. And just to give you an idea, this is the kind of concept of space. Indianapolis has space.
Think of blended learning as response to intervention on steroids. So, I love the slide. Ted Caldery emailed me from Minnesota, from Education Evolving. He sent me this picture of what blended learning looks like. And again, when I'm talking to policymakers, I was talking to a group of teachers over in Ireland that had never seen students learning online, and they were just blown away by this. Now, what does this look like? It looks like students working at their own pace in very individualized environments. What you can't see in this picture are the students around the perimeter of the room, working in small groups, working with teachers, developing projects. It's a very different looking environment when we start to look at the different models of blended learning that are emerging.
I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I am from Washington, D.C., and in a perfect world, students would enter the 9th grade focused, know what they want to do, and they never deviate from that path. Well, I guess I represent the other kids because college wasn't really an option for me. I mean, I was going to finish high school, but I was going to be the proud manager in training for Domino's Pizza. I was going to make a whopping $18,000 a year. And my mom said, Jeff, that's not a lot of money, but I'm like, well, when you're 17, you know everything. Mom can't really tell you anything. So I didn't do that. I went to college. 4 years later, I'm in Florida. I have a biology degree, and I am teaching in a school.
Good morning. I wanted to begin by quoting some words from a famous poet, Brad Paisley. Because online, I'm out in Hollywood. I'm 6'5", and I look darn good. I drive a Maserati. I have a black belt in karate. And I love a good glass of wine. In real life, however, the only time I ever been to LA was when I got the chance with a marching band to play tuba in the Rose Parade. I'm so much cooler online, so much cooler online. I'm Cindy Carvajal from California, and I believe education is cooler online. Early on in life, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. My mom was a teacher, and her mom was a teacher, and like my family, I thought I would be a traditional classroom teacher. But when I was looking for my first teaching position, I stumbled upon Capistrano Connections Academy in Upon researching it, I realized that there wasn't actually anything else I would rather do than be a virtual teacher.
When I was asked to tell my story of becoming an online teacher, I realized it actually started before I ever heard of the words online or blended learning. You see, during the recession of the early 90s, I was an unemployed computer programmer looking to make a change, a career change that is. In the different industries I worked in, I was often the person elected to train employees on the newly created programs or purchase software. Therefore, becoming a high school technology teacher was a natural progression for me. In 1997, when I received my master's degree, I was trained to teach in the traditional classroom with the textbooks and teacher manuals. However, in the fall of 1998, I was given a class of 11th graders and a new technology certification course called Cisco Networking. Since I was familiar with computers and networking, I automatically assumed that this class would be easy. It would be easy to teach because I'll have textbooks and teacher manuals. But instead, I was handed users' names, a web address, and passwords, and a tutorial CD. Of course, I panicked.
Hi, my name is Kristen Kipp. I'm an English teacher for Jeffco's Virtual Academy based in Golden, Colorado. I'm honored to get to share with you all today. I love the title of this panel, Why Online Teaching Matters. Kudos to iNACOL for insisting that indeed it does matter. There are people out there who would argue that online teaching makes or online education makes the teacher irrelevant or unimportant. And in my experience, it's exactly the opposite. The online teacher, without an online teacher, online education becomes sterile, it becomes distant, and it becomes ultimately ineffective for students. And isn't that why we're all here? Because of the kids. That's what matters, is reaching those kids.
The purpose of this, we're talking about using Web 2.0 tools outside of the LMS. Most folks here either have an LMS already, or they are in the market for one. That's kind of what everybody's here researching. I figure you've got that. You've got tools in there. You've got your discussion rooms. You've got stuff. The cool thing is you can go way beyond that, and you take your students' assessments, your students' learning opportunities, and make them presentation opportunities, make them worldwide opportunities. So getting them out of their classroom box on the LMS allows them to have what can be more purposeful and more authentic assessment choice. Khan Academy, I'm not even going to go here. You guys know it's cool, it's awesome. If you haven't checked it out, it is a very powerful tool. Let's just put it this way. My twin 12-year-old 7th graders spent the summer competing with me on who would get the most badges each week. And I think I'm going to know calculus for the first time in my life by the time this next summer.
Okay, I'm here at CK12 booth, and I'm here with Ope and Greg, right? Yep. Greg is Greg right there. He's shy. He's off to the side. Ope, what is it that CK12 does?
Well, CK12 provides a variety of free open content for K-12. So we basically primarily have digital textbooks. They're math and science books for middle school and high school. And they're free to use and free to customize too. So teachers can take our books and adapt it to create a book that works for them.
How do they get access to your textbooks?
You can go on our website, ck12.org. Grab the books, start using it, download it, take it into your Moodle, take it into your iPad or Kindle, wherever you want to use it.
And you have EPUB versions of these textbooks and Kindle versions?
We've got EPUB versions, Kindle versions. You can download a PDF online. They're also hosted on our website, so you can just grab the HTML.
Here at Alex, so we have a sign over here so you can see it, with Ashley, right? Ashley
Yes.
Sinclair.
Yes.
And Ashley, what does Alex do?
Alex is an online learning system. What we do is we enroll students in a course and we assess them. We can figure out what they know, what they don't know, and what they're ready to learn in that course material through that assessment. Through that assessment, we only give the students what they're ready to learn.
I'm here with Dan Sutton from Connections Learning, and just want to know, what is it that you do? Actually, what you do right now is talk to me.
I manage the West region for Connections Learning. Connections Learning is one of the business units for Connections Education. Connections Education, most people know us for the Connections Academies, which have been around since 2001 and served about 50,000 students across Pennsylvania.
You can talk to them. That's the people that are watching.
Connections Academy is a completely virtual public charter schools. We have 2 in the state of California. Actually, we may have 3 by the time that the people who are looking at this view it, and we may have even 4 by that time. But, so these are completely virtual programs.
The only way we're going to do this is with technology. There's no other way. If you believe that that's a meaningful goal, if you think that that's where the country should go, the only way to accomplish it is what you're doing.
I'm Sherry Kelleher, and I'm with Virtual Virginia in the Virginia Department of Education. And this is Beyond Textbooks, which is our iPad textbook in our online course pilot that we did last year, and we are continuing this year. To get started, I want to tell you a little bit.
I would rather see, because I'm an internet guy, a distributed, federated, non-centralized ecosystem for communication. That's my world. That's what I want. So I designed a system that does that. I also didn't want to see the federal government get involved in this, meaning I want them to pay to develop infrastructure, but I don't want all of this stuff running through the federal government. I don't want infrastructure that has to be run by one organization. So I try to build it that way. So